Shalom and welcome. This is Yahuah, Living Orders and Commands, an end-time series, a series of messages I am compelled to present before you whom I consider my brothers and sisters, consisting of both Hebrews and Gentiles, or Abri and Goyim, of the nations, grafted together as one by Yahushua Messiah. These words are to you, my brothers and sisters. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah. Today is February 13th, 2015, and this is part 2 of a multi-part segment entitled Escaping the Emerging Wrath of the Almighty One. My brothers and sisters, it is apparent that so many of us believe or may want to take the easy road or believe that there's an easy road, an easy position, there's an easy street, so to speak, or an easy pathway, thinking that we will be snatched and not face hardship and not face refinement and challenging discipline. I submit to you, there's no such thing. Come away from anyone who thinks that it is easy, that it is plainly simple. We are in battle. This is spiritual warfare, and there is conflict. There will be division. There will be the purging, the separating of set apart people away from the wicked ones. Pray and watch. My brothers and sisters, the emerging wrath of the Almighty One has begun. In order for us to escape such, it will be to our best interest to seek to discern and obey the living orders of the Most High. There will be those who will face physical death and sleep, but there will be many of us who will witness the wrath of the Almighty Father unfold, and we will witness the challenges that come with forced migration, forced transition, obeying His orders, being gathered from the four corners of the earth. There's a sequence mentioned in Scripture that I believe it is akin to what we are witnessing now. I have grown to call it the Amos sequence. Those of you who are listening have heard me mention this before. Those who are tuning in for the first time, I will read it. And like I have stated, just as an alarm will repeat itself over and over until it's no longer necessary, I have no doubt that the Spirit of Yahushua have compelled me to repeat some things. It is you who are the listener who will determine whether it was necessary or not. But that will not stop me from pursuing what I believe I am compelled to do by the Spirit of Yahushua. With that said, let me read Amos 4th chapter, verses 6 through 13 reads, And I also gave you cleanness of teeth in all your cities and lack of bread in all your places, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. And I also withheld rain from you 3 months before the harvest. Then I would send rain on one city, and on another city I would not send rain. One part was rained upon, and where it did not rain, the part would dry up. Then 2 or 3 cities would wander to another city to drink water, but they were not satisfied. But you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. Notice in that 8th verse it said, would wander. Looking for water, my brothers and sisters. Is this forced migration? Amos 9th verse, continue on to the 13th. I have smitten you with blight and with mildew. The creeping locust devoured your many gardens and your vineyards and your fig trees and your olive trees, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. I have sent among you a plague in the way of Mitzrayim. I have slain your young men with a sword, along with your captured horses, and I have made the stench of your camps come up into your nostrils, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. I have overthrown some of you as the mighty one overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and you were like a burning stick plucked from the burning, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. Therefore I am doing this to you, O Yahuah, and because I do this to you, prepare to meet the Almighty One of Yahuah. For look, he who forms mountains and creates the winds, and who declares to man what his thought is, and makes the morning darkness, and who treads the high places of the earth. Yahuah, the mighty one of hosts, the Almighty One of hosts is his name. Yahuah. My brothers and sisters, who have even given thought that in the 13th verse of Amos, how it says, he creates the wind. As end times become intense, we will come to realize how the jet stream plays a role in the wrath of the Almighty Father. We will come to realize how the global jet stream will contribute to Yahuah being gathered from the four corners with such a speed as the jet stream contributes towards our transportation in ships or whether it be in planes from the west to the east. Pray and watch. Many of you may not even be aware of the word jet stream. We will come to understand how jet stream is contributing towards the different and erratic weather patterns. We will come to respect the jet stream because we don't know where they originate or how they are directed, other than that they are. And we will come to realize the magnitude that Yahuah, the Almighty One, creates the wind. My brothers and sisters, if we begin to look around, it should not be difficult to realize we are in the Amos sequence. We are at that point now where it says, prepare to meet your maker. And I submit to you who are children of Yahuah that this means prepare to witness the return of Yahushua Messiah. Prepare to realize that our judgment day draw near. My brothers and sisters, the wrath of the Almighty Father has begun. Escaping the emerging wrath of the Almighty One will prove to be challenging. We will witness the set-apart children of Yahushua Messiah being gathered from the four corners of the earth, but we will also witness those who will find favor and be physically alive, who will be among the wicked. Because keep in mind, the scriptures foretell of an anti-Messiah, a false prophet, a beast system, and wicked armies marching against the children of Yahuah. So they will be alive until that final march. Let me also read Matthew 5:44 and 45. Matthew 5:44 and 45. It reads as follows. But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those cursing you, do good to those hating you, and pray for those insulting you and persecuting you, so that you become sons of your Father in the heavens, because he makes his sun rise on the wicked and on the good, and sends rain on the righteous and on the unrighteous. You see, my brothers and sisters, yes, rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. There will be times as the wrath of the Almighty Father go forward. We will see some wicked ones preserved to fulfill their part, their allegiance with the anti-Messiah and the false prophet and their beast system, their one world government. But we will witness also those who will find favor, who will be gathered to a safe place, who will be gathered to a place that will become known as the promised land, in the region where the set apart mountain exists, a region where we will come to know the Most High Father has designated for us to wait the return, the physical return of Yahushua Messiah, who is able to discern the life in the words, send rain on the just and the unjust, or the righteous and the unrighteous. Are you aware that there will be those gathered from the four corners of the earth? Do you believe Revelation 7 to be true? Do you believe? Do you expect? Have you embraced the realities that you may indeed be among the ranks of those physically alive? Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Who has taken a moment to recognize that the wrath of the Almighty Father will prove to be a consuming fire? His, the Almighty One, the Almighty Father Yahuwah's wrath has begun and will become more visible in the coming days. Remember these words, my brothers and sisters. Luke 21:22. Because these are days of vengeance to fill all that have been written. Remember Romans 12:19. Beloved, do not revenge yourselves, but give place to the wrath, for it has been written, vengeance is mine, I shall repay, says Yahuah. I submit to you, he has begun that repayment of innocent blood being spilt. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, Verse 3 to 10 reads, "We ought to give thanks to the Mighty One always for you, brothers, as it is proper, because your belief grows exceedingly, and the love every one of you has for each other is increasing, so that we ourselves boast of you among the assemblies of the Mighty One for your endurance and belief in all your persecutions and afflictions which you are bearing. Clear evidence of the righteous judgment of the Mighty One, in order for you to be counted worthy of the reign of the Almighty One for which you suffer. Since the Almighty One shall rightly repay with affliction those who afflict you, and to give you who are afflicted rest with us when the Master Yahushua is revealed from Symmanayah or heaven with his mighty messengers in flaming fire, taking vengeance on those who do not know the Mighty One, the Almighty One, and on those who do not obey the good news of our Master Yahushua Messiah, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Master and from the esteem of his strength, when he comes to be esteemed in his set-apart ones, and to be admired among all those who believe in that day, because your witness to you was believed. For we know him who has said, 'Vengeance is mine, I shall repay,' says Yahuah, and again Yahuah shall judge his people." My brothers and sisters, who have given thought to the payment that is begun and the wrath that is being unleashed on this planet? Who has given thought that the promise of vengeance has begun by the hand of the Most High Father, as we begin to witness this planet, the conditions on this planet, erode and decay as a result of drought and famine and pestilence and disease? Who has taken a moment to envision or discern that vengeance that is promised by the Most High Father has begun, and that there are living commands, that there are living orders and commands going forward that are directing us individually and collectively? Are obstacles being removed? Yes, they are. Will we witness more being removed? Yes, we will. Will we see individuals from birth to senior citizens removed without any respect to any individual? Yes, there will be children that are dying. There will be senior citizens that will pass. Who is aware of chikungunya or enterovirus D68, which is growing and destroying and killing the children? You see, the wrath of the Almighty Father has no respect of person. Who is aware of the disease that is attacking our seniors from birth to adults to senior citizens? The wrath of the Almighty Father will not discriminate, my brothers and sisters. He has made promises to those who will be among the ranks of the children of obedience. He has told us and informed us that there will be 144,000 and a great multitude of many nations, kindreds, tongues, and tribes, brought together as one by Yahushua Messiah under the banner of Yahuah. Who is able to embrace and believe that this will come to be? The emerging wrath of the Almighty One will be something that will prove to be true for the children of obedience. I cannot stress enough, my brothers and sisters, these are end times, and they will continue to become intense. Let me read Ephesians 5:6. "Let no one deceive you with empty words, for because of these the wrath of the Mighty One comes upon the sons of disobedience." Colossians 3:6 and 7 said, "Because of the wrath of the Mighty One is coming upon the sons of disobedience, in which you also once walked when you lived in them." While many of us desire to choose how our lives will end or be completed in these earthen vessels, the truth of the matter is we are ordered to pursue set-apart obedience to the Almighty Father, and that it is through his set-apart spirit that the determination will be made how we will complete our final days, or what state we will be in upon the return of Yahushua Messiah. In due season, we will witness the presence of Yahushua Messiah rise up among us like never before. His chosen children of obedience, his chosen leaders will rise We will see visible messengers, Malachim, commonly known and erroneously referred to as angels, show their presence among us, O Yasharal. Escaping emerging wrath, the emerging wrath of the Almighty Father, believe it or not, it can also be described as the fulfillment of his promises regarding vengeance. The spilling of innocent blood of the children of the Almighty Father, the vengeance for spilling innocent blood has begun. And soon and very soon we will witness the identity of the two witnesses mentioned in Revelation, sooner than many realize. While there are many people claiming to be one of the two witnesses of Revelation, I submit to you, when you begin to see the rivers turn to blood succinctly, when you begin to see rivers turn to blood, and I believe in the outer perimeters from the promised land. In other words, if you look at the promised land, if you look at the area known as the Middle East as the bullseye, consider the outer perimeter, the United States, South America, Canada, Australia, China, Japan. Consider those areas as the outer perimeter. When you begin to see the rivers turn to blood in the outer perimeter simultaneously and attached by the words of two individuals who will speak and confirm such, and when you begin to see two individuals who will command fire coming from the sky, who will arise with a message to the world to let my people go, the people of the Almighty Father Yahuah, who will bring structure and order and unity to Yasharal. When you begin to see such evidence at the mouth of these two individuals, you will then know that we have arrived at a point in end times that can be counted with 3.5 years remaining, once it becomes evident that their ministry has begun at the point of which is described in Scripture. And I say that, my brothers and sisters, because whether you believe it or not, the two witnesses of Revelation, they are here. They are being refined. They are being developed, structured. They are being instructed and directed. And they are wrestling with challenges as their flesh war against their spirit. But they are the chosen two of the Almighty Father Yahuah, and they will be led by the power and might of the Almighty Father, sent by his set-apart spirit. Sent in Yahushua's name, the two witnesses of Revelation will emerge sooner than we realize. And when you begin to see evidence that can be attached to these two individuals, we will know, my brothers and sisters, that the presence of Yahushua is rising like never before. Pray and watch. The spilling of innocent blood is being avenged. The wrath of the Almighty Father has begun. Those who will fulfill the final exodus, those who will be among the ranks of the 144,000 in great multitude, have been sealed as described in the 3rd verse of the 7th chapter of Revelation. Pray and watch. Allow me to read 1 John 5:6. This is the one that came by water and blood, Yahushua Messiah, not only by water, but by water and blood, and it is the Spirit who bears witness because of the Spirit of truth. My brothers and sisters, you who earnestly pursue set-apartness regarding escaping the emerging wrath of the Almighty One, the Almighty Father Yahuah, our reality will be that we will find ourselves gathered from the four corners of the earth, or we will find ourselves fulfilling the order and dying for Yahushua's sake, not seeking to gain life in these bodies, or we will find ourselves facing physical death, which is mere sleep, to await the return of Yahushua Messiah. As for the wicked, the rebellion, those led astray, those who succumb to the workings of delusion, a different end awaits. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Individuals who will be alive upon the physical return of Yahushua Messiah will witness the most phenomenal and extraordinary things to come. And there is an end for the wicked, the unbelieving, the disobedient, and it will prove to be most regrettable and painful. The time is now to choose your position, my brothers and sisters. Remember your decision, as the need for escaping the wrath of the Almighty One will prove to be real as end times become more and more intense. Forced migrations, forced transitions are coming widespread across this planet. Remember, the children of obedience are not appointed to the wrath of the Almighty One. But keep in mind, the key word is obedience. Remember, for those of us who may face martyrdom, if we lose our life for Yahushua's name, this is not facing the wrath. It is merely being obedient and losing our physical life for Yahushua's name. Perception will differ among the set-apart children of the Most High. Pray and watch. Perception will differ. My brothers and sisters, I assure you, soon and very soon there will be a convergence, a coming together of many trying conditions. In other words, there will be so many things occurring that can be defined as the wrath of the Most High Father. And we will witness global warming, climate change. We will witness natural and man-made disasters enlarged like never before. Drought will continue to be prolonged and become widespread. Famine, food shortages will enlarge and become very visible. And we will take our attention off of worrying about prices increasing and decreasing and look at what is indeed occurring. The evaporating of food inventories. There will be pandemics that will rise as pestilence and disease begin to take front stage. Something major is about to happen. It will be phenomenal as end times become intense. Yes, there will be wars and fightings from many different fronts. Beyond just nations against nations, we will witness individuals. We will witness the formation of militia groups, small and large cliques or circles begin to battle over resources such as fresh water and food or a safe place to live. Chaos, civil unrest, turmoil, increased death, destruction, economic collapse, infrastructure failures, and so much more is about to be unleashed at a magnitude unprecedented in man's entire history. The realities are the existence of the Almighty Father Yahuah will prove to be clear, visible, and true. And we who are among the children of obedience, we will rejoice in knowing that we serve an Almighty One who has promised deliverance, who has promised a plan that brings us into life immeasurable. Choose wisely this day. Choose your position. Otherwise, discovering how to escape the emerging wrath of the Almighty One will prove to be futile, will prove to be impossible. At least we rise up and acknowledge and respond and obey to living orders and commands from the Most High. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, it is time to begin awakening from our slumber and discern the need to embrace a sense of urgency in pursuing the living orders and commands from the Almighty Father Yahuah. A sense of urgency to identify it as His set-apart spirit that He sent in Yahushua's name that will work in us, through us, one towards another, and through His chosen leaders. Remember, Yahushua will rise within us. He will work through us, towards us. He will physically return, my brothers and sisters, and we will witness between now and then His chosen leaders rise up in power and strength. We will also begin to witness Malachim and messengers, commonly known and erroneously referred to as angels, become visible as we approach the final days of man as we know it in these earthen vessels. These conditions, these end times, this time is real, my brothers and sisters. Until next time, I pray that each and every one of us are able to endure the coming challenges ahead, that we are able to endure until the end. Until next time, I invite you to continue tuning in to Yahuah, Living Orders and Commands. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.